Hello. Hi. Good evening. Oh, wait. Hi. Hello. How are you all doing tonight? Oh, no, wait. That's the wrong thing. There, totally everything working as it should. Hi. Hopefully I'm not too quiet. If I am, that's due to me just being quiet. Um, mm, Stuff. I made attempts at games yesterday. I didn't manage. I made attempts at games today. It was a little better. So hopefully this will go well today. From my understanding, we are near the end. Mm. And I like the idea of this room. Woohoo. Ow, ow. Ow, ow, ow. Hey, hey. Whoa. Wait. Why are they not moving? Oh, nope, nope. They're still dangerous. Okay. What? Wait. I was not prepared. I was really not prepared. Is it just me or they're a little stronger than they are usually? Oh, can I jump on top? Whoa, whoa. I think I shot myself. Ow. Well, that didn't go well. How about I try with these? Oh god. I am not doing well. Can you just priority, the one in front of you. Laura, please. Okay. Well, I think we got them. Um, sorry, that was a little... I can't pick up any of this ammo. It's not the greatest. Okay. Oh. Whoa. Okay. That hurt. I didn't really realize those were on a timer. Okay. Mm-hmm. See, now the problem with that. Yeah, there are certainly problems with that. Because this one, when triggered, closes the doors there. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Um. Hmm. So that will also close that. I'm so confused. If it closes that, and like. Oh, but it's not a button anymore? Or is it? Wait. Yeah, I don't think it's a button anymore. Technically, I don't think I really want to hurt myself. So if I pull this now, and I get down, and I do that. No, it is still a button. Oh, fuck. For freak's sake. I have a bundle of dog on my lap. Oh, is it a button or is it just on a timer? That's a good question. Oh wait, she shoots? Oh, but she only shoots. Ow. Okay. Well, it doesn't hurt too much, so. What if I like... Yeah, I can't gesture for her too. Like I said, this is not open. But... how do I... I'm missing something. Because I can't jump up there. Right. So... yeah, that's like impossible jump. Could you kindly? Thank you. Nope. I'm getting so disorientated here. Disoriented? Disoriented? Hello there, Muscle Laura. What does the note say?
The creature seems to mimic my every movement.
Okay, yeah, we figured that much out. No. I did manage.
Talk about being your own worst enemy.
So it was timed. Okay. Got it. Hey Marshall, how you doing? Um, Hey, okay. From the bushes. What you doing in the bushes? What's the bushes? Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't seem very safe. Oh, hello. Ow. Okay, that didn't go very well. But it's okay. Okay, I think that was the easier of the two. This one is gonna be a little tricky. How am I supposed to do this one actually? Can I just not do that one? No, I can't because I need to open these doors. Okay. No. Oh my god. I don't know how I did that. I genuinely don't know how this happened right now. I'm not sure if I'm ready. No! Fuck! Okay. Well, it would be nice if these like stayed right now, but they are not gonna stay, so I think I glitched my way through this. Ah. Perhaps I wasn't supposed to do this just yet. Oh, never mind. Maybe I was supposed to do that and go down. Oh well. Sure. We shall save the progress. Mm-hmm.
You've reached the top, Lara. There's nowhere left to go but down.
You're rebuilding the army of Atlantis.
This pyramid breeds far more than the soldiers you faced. With the Scion, I now have the means to create anything I desire.
What is it you desire, Natla?
It takes 3 to rule. Tihocan and Prolopek were too weak to destroy what stands in the way of the 7th Age. But you have the strength to claim this seat beside me. Immortality has its price. But what are a few lives to sacrifice for your dreams?
This is madness.
This is what you've been searching for. The answers you've sought your entire life are within the Scion. Everything you've done has led you to this place. You're here because you belong here, Lara.
Dum dum dum.
That's who you are.
I'm sorry, Father.
I'm pretty sure it takes more than a little bit of lava to kill her. Okay. The final conflict. Shorty doggo. My legs are kind of dying. Okay. So. to be hurting itself. It butt slammed me. No, no, no. Yes. No. 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 Oh, okay. That was surprisingly easy. Oops. Hoo hoo hoo. That was do you really think I can jump all the way there? Oh, I guess I can. No! Shit. I'm sorry, doggo. But like my leg hurts so much. Tracer made her bed in my lap. Which she might be on a smaller side, but she is not. What does this lever do? Okay. It does that. Ooh. That was kind of scary. A shiny that we don't know how to get. Oh. What are you? Oh. scared the crap out of me. I don't know how I would get in there. Oh, okay. Oh, definitely not today. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait. Wait. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Because I just figure out there's this here, which I'm pretty sure I can... Oh, I can't. Never mind. I imagine then I have to go through here. Ow. Okay. All is good, all is well. There is a hole here. There's water here. Do I really want to go in there? I don't think I can, even if I wanted to. Okay. I hope it's not timed. I don't know if it's timed, so I'm just gonna get out of here as soon as possible. Oh. Wait, what? Oh. Hello? What? Excuse me? That felt so rude. Okay, on an off chance that I'm never gonna go back here. What's in here? Oh, just the hole. So there's nothing really in here. Okay. Got it. This one is smart. Meow. Hi. Yeah, I did go fine. Hey, we got him. Bastard. How are you doing today, Nico? Whoa. Come on. No. Please. No, Lara. Please. Okay. This means slow death. Or not. What? Excuse me. Okay. I'm wondering if I pull this lever, will yay, the door under will open. Which means we can get the secret. Hey. Or sorry, they're not secrets here, they're artifacts. Also sorry for my slightly lower energy today. I am a little sick. So yeah. Okay, so problem with these, they will spew fire, and I'm ready, I think. Maybe not. Because I have to jump over and into that. I'm pretty sure that's... Although I can also grab on that ledge. I don't know for what purpose. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, okay. So maybe I did things a little wrong. Okay. And that's why the ledge is here. Okay, so I'm in here because of this now open? No? This now open. Nope. I am confused. Oh. No. I'm so confused. Why are you falling? Why do you keep on falling, Lara? Please. Okay, so here. Here and then up here. Which brings us in here. Which brings us here. Which then what? Nothing? What? I am so confused. Well, I'm sorry, Dogo. I have, limbs that hurt if in weird positions for long. I'm really confused with this. Why did I get here? There's literally nothing here. Yeah, literally nothing. What is the purpose of this puzzle? Did I like glitch myself? Did I soft lock the level somehow? Yeah, this lever is pulled, so... Eh? But it also seemed to be an enemy there that didn't pop. Yeah, we definitely don't go back there. Okay. See you later, Tracer. I got my legs back. Let me hydrate a little bit. I genuinely don't get what we're supposed to be doing here. She is kind of struggling with swimming in here. 'Cause yeah, we have this one lever that we pulled. No more levers in here. Am I just missing something? I mean, you can't tell me that I'm not going there for any reason. Nope. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Why didn't she grab? Um, excuse me. Okay. See, it's also dramatic and a puzzle and everything, and then really. Okay, she's supposed to. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Okay. We do know who knows. Well, I'm so confused. What happened here? Yep. Oh, sorry. Mm, I didn't do Duolingo today. Mm, let me just. Yep. Anyway, that's not the point. The point here is. Okay, I can't do French. Sorry, though. I can't do French today. However, what I was trying to do is go to Stella. Mm, anniversary, yes. Blah 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 blah. Final conflict. Okay. Did that. Passenger last. For some reason, the grapple doesn't work on the metal cage. Into raised opening, so leave it for now. Cross the room to the switch on the far. And we'll leave it open. The exit and close it, the door through which you enter. Doing this also hatches one of the mutant pods. Blah blah blah. Yes, yes. We know that. Room with pool and 3 underwater gates. You can deal with. Just be careful not to back in. Okay, never mind that. The exit from this area is through the underwater tunnel, all leading out the pool, which you must open. First, go to the far. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So I'm just kind of dumb because. Okay, first things first. Okay. No. Oh my god. I feel kind of dumb here, but so well. No. Well, at least we figured it out, right? Okay, so that's door number 1. Ow. Ow. Hey. Please allow me to compose myself. Why am I stuck in a freaking wall every time? Okay. Okay, so we need to carefully jump on this one. Okay. 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 Uh-huh. Okay. See, now it makes sense why we would make all this way. I didn't even realize we have to jump on those. There we go. And potentially something else will jump at us. I don't know, but I'm not sticking around to find out. Long enough to find out. I have no idea what I picked up there. Jesus. No! Lara, why? I assumed she would grab the ladder. Okay. Dumb ways to die. What? So many dumb ways to die. Okay. Bro. This is a very hostile environment. Okay? Am I just like going down? maybe I can't. Maybe I can't. Wait. Nope. Nope, I can't. Because it seems like I can, like, fall down here, but she doesn't want to. Fine, go there. No, what are you doing? What? That was not where my controls were going. I was hoping she will go to the side, but apparently not. Because I don't think she can go up here. I don't think she wants to. Oh, she can. Okay. Now what? Okay, I guess from here she goes there. Checkpoint, please. Oh, there's one of this. Okay. How convenient that there is just this lever over here. Hey.
Thousands of years I've waited for this moment. Do you realize what you've done? Blood on your hands. Do you believe it was spilled for the good of all man? Or for your own selfish desire? Look inside yourself, Lara. Your heart is as black as mine.
I mean... Whoa! I was not prepared for this. See, so I actually didn't get all of my weapons back. So
I cannot die, you fool. Sooner or later, you'll run out of bullets.
no, I will not. Ow. Ow. That was my mistake. That was my bad. Come on, that was perfect on point. Why did that not count? That's the question. Lara, you're being so dramatic. Oh. Okay, maybe I'll just stick to my regular weapons. God. Ow. Is she regaining health? Like, is it just me or she's gaining health back? No. Ouchie. Okay, maybe she is not like. Oh, maybe she is. Wait. Wait. Yeah, nothing seems to be happening with this. Like, I clearly log on to her, but nothing seems to be happening. Okay, give me a sec. Obviously, I need to check what's up with that. Mm. Okay. So I am kind of doing it wrong. Kinda. Ow. Jesus, Laura, please. Ouchie. Okay. She isn't getting stunned though. Like it says if the shot connects. Okay, did it. I guess you just have to like go over her. Well, maybe something. Ow. Did I suddenly become worse at this? Oh no. We're getting close though. How do you always slash me with the freaking wings? Ow. Ow. sometimes you're really pathetic. Seriously. What is this? What are we doing right now? No. Ow. I'm getting a little tired of this. Because it's so trying to get this specific ambition, which I can't dodge her properly. I have to dodge her in ways so I get behind her. Which can't be too soon or too late. Finally.
What have you really accomplished here? Nothing but a temporary stay of execution for your kind. This island is just one remnant of Atlantis. I will find another. But you, Lara, you have lost everything.
No, I haven't.
I'm guessing it's time to run. It was but a small island. Well, volcano. Island volcano? Volcano island. Something. Yes, Lara, you now have blood in your hands. Okay, that's my voice. Okay. I was not expecting her to be happy about that. But okay, yeah, we did it. I think that's it. Yeah. We unlocked the cheats. I'm not sure what cheats do for us, but sure. So, we survived. Kinda good that it was short because I don't know if I am able to conduct a full lengthy stream today. But yay. Also, I do think I might take tomorrow off as well. I will see how I feel in the morning, but for now, tomorrow is a maybe. I need to kind of try and eat stuff and yeah. But yeah, thoughts on game. It was fun. Irritatingly buggy at some points. Thank you. But we prevailed. Although I don't think we've seen the last of Natla. Also, I thought Natla's name was Natalie and Natla was just her company. I guess I was wrong. Maybe I'm not wrong. Maybe like she goes by Natalie, but Natla is her like being name. Elder's Beast name. I don't know. There is something nice about Tomb Raider series, at least the older ones. Can't yet speak about the new ones. On Thursday we're gonna be starting Tomb Raider Underworld. And once we're done with that, we are finally, for the first time, playing the new Tomb Raiders. Which honestly I'm kind of excited about. I've been excited about them for a long while, and I've been postponing playing them because I really want to play them on stream. So yeah. I'm really excited about those. I mean, I'm excited about the Underworld as well, but not as much. Acclaimed by many to be the worst of Tomb Raiders, apparently. Which I'm unsure why. I guess we'll find out. Maybe we should visit the Croft Manor. Just a little bit, just to see.
Miss Croft, pardon the mess in the foyer, but a rather large shipment of antiquities arrived while you were out. I would have had the crates placed in the gallery, but the security alarm has somehow been activated, locking the room from the inside. If this was not concerning enough, the renovators have shut off the water supply to the entire manor in order to continue construction of the pool house. On the bright side, I've located your missing journal and returned it to its appointed hiding place in your room. Faithfully in your service, Winston.
Okay. Let me just quickly pass through my Duolingo. Actually, I'll be right back. I'm also oops. I'm also gonna go to the toilet real quick. So I'll see you in a few moments. Okay. Yeah. See you in a bit. I am back. No, where were we? Sure, Lara. Oh, first we need to find her journal, I guess. Oh, what did I do? Why did I do that? Okay. I don't know why I'm doing that, but we are doing that.
It's rather hot.
Yeah, it's fire, so one would assume, yes. Oh, okay. It looks rather different to what it did before, I think. Oh, that looks rather dangerous, honestly. Oh, I'm assuming that's the pool house. Okay. I was unsure where I'm going here. Oh, probably back there. That's a rather fancy pool house. But the whole thing seems pretty straightforward. Where to go? Well, at least for now. Mm-hmm. Mm. The question is, why do I have random health packs lying around the house? was kind of hoping I can move it around, but I guess not. I don't know what happens when that is pressed. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay, hello. Hey. No, wait, I don't have my guns on me. So that's not gonna work. I guess I need to find my guns first. Jesus, that's like a whole ass wing. I was thinking, oh yeah, that's a room here. No, no, no. Honestly, kind of reminds me of Amnesia.
I've read all of these. No wonder Father never got lost.
Well. Hey.
Now all I need is something to shoot.
I already found something to shoot. Right, none of the other books look a little funky, no?
I've never been fond of locked doors.
Mm-hmm. How do I unlock the doors? Apparently not on the PC. Well, apparently I locked myself in Lara's father's study. And
When the
that's just...
Spaniards had all but wiped out the Incan Empire, the remaining survivors
It's
fled to the
alarm.
mountains and disappeared. Legends say they retreated to the hidden city of Vilcabamba.
Hmm.
As he struggled mightily to calm himself, Gilead removed the poison arrow from its quiver. The Trials of Gilead, Volume 2.
We shall figure this out.
The ruins of Atlantis were lost beneath the sea when the glaciers melted some 10,000 years ago. Anyone with even a cursory knowledge of mineralogy would arrive at the same conclusion. Wherever this Isis stone was formed, it wasn't on Earth.
Ooh. But yeah, we have guns now. We just need to find things to shoot. Maybe not the PCs. Oh wait. Aha. There we go. Not a vent, but close enough.
This could come in handy.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, okay. So we found some relics, but okay. We were missing 3 relics from our latest excursion. Oh, and these ones are locked as well. It feels like there's something behind this. Oh.
This belongs down in the garden. What's it doing in here?
I have no idea. But I love how her solution is to just smash her own things. She really likes shooting at things.
The luxury liner, Maria Doria, has never been found. However, treasure hunters the world over search endlessly for its resting place.
It's funny because she was.
And
in the
while
wreck
any number
Maria
of things
Doria.
can go wrong underground, the most dangerous aspect of spelunking is exposure to methane gases, which are difficult to detect without specific equipment. The roots of the banyan tree grow relentlessly and in every direction. Many of the ancient temples of Angkor have been brought down as those roots exploit the small spaces between their massive stones. The concept of the sundial has existed for thousands of years and is one of the earliest devices for time measurement. There's some numbers written on the inside cover. 11, 2, 7. I wonder what they refer to.
1127. wrote it down just in case. And I'm smashing all of these just in case. Yeah, it doesn't seem... It seems like we should be able to grab on this, but no. I don't know how to get out of here. Oh.
That's better.
Never mind. I didn't try just pressing the button.
By far the most important survival item one can possibly have is the will to survive.
Aww. Wait, is it a different time of day now?
The legend tells us that the kings of Tibet were descendants from heaven with ropes attaching them to heaven itself. When they died, a heavenly creature would pull the ropes up, bringing their bodies up with them.
Sorry, I'm just eating crackers.
As Charles Kane notes in his superb history of the Iron Curtain, there were numerous historical precedents against the practicality or feasibility of the fortress system of foreign policy. Something's missing.
Something is missing. Okay. But also we were in here, but what's down there?
Better still, the new .50 caliber round comes with a full metal jacket designed to maximize muzzle velocity and power to the target. While other traps have a similar closing mechanism, it was the Egyptians who perfected the savage effectiveness of the holding barbs.
Is it our bedroom? Oh, I think that is our bedroom. Maybe.
It is only through knowing our history that we can learn from the past. Prolific evidence exists that the ancient Eskimos would carve extremely detailed ivory maps of their coastline and hunting waters.
I will never understand the beds like in the middle like this. I don't know. My beds need to be at
Pink
least
is the new black.
well. Mm. Mm. But yeah, my beds need to be at least next to one wall. Sorry, I got distracted.
I think I'll slip into something else.
Mm. The I think we can go into this one. Maybe not.
I think I'll slip into something else.
Perhaps that. There. Okay, so what happens when we pull these levers? Aha.
I wonder if Winston read any of it. And Gilead knew the gears of his heart would never turn again, as he sacrificed his one true love to save the kingdom he had fought for so long to protect. The Trials of Gilead, Volume 3.
Okay, so since she has her journal now, do we now know?
An uncomplicated room.
No, okay, no, that's. I thought she will tell us what we have to do, but I guess not. This is more solid in here. Now we have to figure out how to get up there. Okay.
I wonder where this goes.
I believe I know where this goes. However, let's first deal with the pool room. Was that here? I believe it was here. Frankie! Oh, Bendy G Fuel. Interesting. Hmm. Well, it definitely sounds interesting. I'm not usually a fan of plum. In juices, but it could be good. Nice. I'm unsure if I know how to actually get there. Like, would this actually be wise? Even if I could? Also, can I just run jump over? Oops. Can I move this? Oh, I can move this. Oh, okay. Well, this changes everything. Good thing I fell down. But yeah, I like the nickname, Demoning. I think it's a lot of fun. Okay, so with this there. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I see. Oh. Never mind, because I don't have my grapple. Okay, so before we go there, we need to have a grapple hook. Oh, hello. Didn't see you there, Winston. Oh, that's the outsides. Okay. Oh yeah, no water. Seems dangerous. Yeah, that also seems like we need a grapple. A lot of things here are like, yeah, you need a grapple. We don't have a grapple. Not yet, anyway. Oh, Winston is gone. the garden, I think. Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
No.
I don't know, I have to test. Okay, so it said 11. I think that's correct. Two and 7. Oh. I don't know. Let's go back to 11. Oh. Okay.
This just proves time never stands still.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now. Would you have... Oh, Jesus. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. I will so get lost. A grapple hook. It's there. So I believe it went... No. Stop it. Why are you so... Yeah. So left, and then right. Okay. Me checking the map like I'm not already completely lost. Okay, there's a water fountain here. Okay, we can orient by the fountain. Okay. So out, follow the wall, kinda. Those bushes look super fluffy. And I'm still holding next to the wall. Oh, what's there? Please. Like that bit. Because if that's the bit that we're seeing over there. Yeah, okay, and then we want to go somewhere down there. Yes? No. No. No, I went too far down there. Oopsie. I was not great at following directions there. Hey. Oh, you want a bow and an arrow?
This should help getting into those hard-to-reach places.
I guess he needs a bow and arrow first. Oh, okay. Whoa, what? Okay. What you got there? Also, can I grab it with my... Nope. Can I shoot it down? No? I don't know how to get that. I'm pretty sure I heard a meow. Oh, yeah, okay. You need a bow and an arrow. Got it. Maybe when we find a bow and arrow for him.
This should make for a shorter return trip.
For sure. Yeah. Okay, back to the house, I guess. This is how normal people walk, obviously. There's still doors within. Oh, okay. Not these doors. But these doors, for example. Oh, or not. Never mind. Well, then if I don't have anything for. Well, I guess we go back to the pool. It's our sort of obvious place to go. Okay, that was a little bit risky. Just a tiny bit. Okay. Wee. Do I push this down? I guess so. Oh no, I shouldn't have. Or should I? Should I have? Should have I? Blah blah words. No, it's fine that I did, I guess. More med packs. Okay, now also wait. Oh wait. Oh.
I wish I
okay.
hadn't had to do that.
Oh. Okay, okay. So she does have to do that. I mean, technically she doesn't have to. Like, it's kind of her choice entirely, no? To do that. No. Weren't you supposed to grab on top? Oh gosh, Lara, pull. Good thing we dropped that box down, eh? What? Just love it when I fall through. Oh. I don't think this is supposed to be happening like this. It's fine. I'm sure I can aim from here, perhaps, probably, maybe, maybe not. So how would one go about going up here? Maybe she can just shoot from here. No? Okay, let's shoot that one first. Don't really see why she has to do it, but yeah, this seems like she has to jump up here and then there. Like, at least that... Seriously, Lara, please. At least that's how it looks. I don't see other options, but I don't know why she isn't grabbing on that. Like... Well... Okay. Let's try again. Nope. The controls are so finicky. And my aim even more so. Yeah, see, she doesn't want to, like... Yep, nope. Okay, if I could at least find an angle where she could shoot the thing. Or if she could like grab on these. I don't know why she can't grab on this, in fact. And she can't climb this pole. Because here she can't see it because of this. Why did I unhook the thing? Like... Oh, maybe from here? I doubt it, but maybe? No. Yeah, nope. A lot of no pity nopes. No. I thought I figured it out. But basically, kinda like that, and then... No, she doesn't jump. Why you no jump, Lara? Why you no jump? No. Dang it. I think I figured it out. I think I have to let it do the thing. Aha. Haha. Yes, I did figure it out. Okay. Eesh.
I suppose I'll have to order another statue.
Hmm. I mean, honestly, that's on you, Lara.
Splendid.
Mm-hmm. Splendid indeed. Now, the problem is we don't have water, and we need water to extinguish the flames, I guess. Oh, hello there. That kind of scared me, not gonna lie. Okay. So that once we have water. Got it. Oh, can I actually? Nope. Okay. There is some buttons to press in here, and there is an elephant over there. Is it moving at all? Nope. okay. Oh, it. Okay, yes. We got it. Ooh. Mm-hmm. No. Okay. Oh, I didn't get damaged, but... Yeah. Okay, I can maybe like balance on top of them. But can I jump from them to that? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not important at the moment. But this now makes more sense. Mm. Ignore that. Hey. Okay. Now that we did those shenanigans. Woohoo. Oh, Well, not like that, I guess. Because these are way too high compared to these. So what if we start with this one? Oh, well, actually, wait. Mm-hmm. No, no, no. Blah, blah. That was definitely a misclick. There we go. Mm-hmm. And there was one more button somewhere, right? Or no? Wrong, I guess. No, there's a button there. Although that button seems fairly dangerous since there is no water here. It's supposed to be here. Proceeds to go to the button, I guess. Oh, this seems very dangerous. Ouch. Yeah, okay, never mind. So, not going there. Although... yeah, I don't think we have anything there that we need now that we kind of unlocked stuff. She can't get up there. We just need a bucket of water. Or a bottle of water. She doesn't comment that it's fairly hot. I'm wondering if I'm missing anything else over here. I don't think so. I think we kind of covered everything. There's a pool, blah blah blah. So I think back to here, perhaps. Or no, not back to here, back to the other side. Because here is just... yeah, should be unlocked now. Oh, hi there, Winston. You scared the crap out of me. Hey. What do you mean you're here now? You were just in the room there. He was just there in the room. Okay. You can't tell me we don't have a single cup of water in the house. I have a bucket. No, wait, it wasn't this room. It was that room. And something is missing over here.
No.
Nothing we have at the moment. Mm. Well, let's see. Let's see what happens when we give that guy a bow. Wait, I'm going in the right direction, right? No, no, this feels basementy. Oh no, it is the right direction. Oh, I know what that thing is. That's the thing we need in the doors. I just don't know how to get it. Hmm. I'm pretty sure we need that thing. Hmm. Also, is there something special about like that statue there? I don't think so, but oh, but maybe like because he's gonna be directed at that guy. Hmm. What if we just like head into the fire there? Like just grab it from within the fire. What's the worst that can happen? Mm. Hmm. Maybe I managed to get myself lost in this maze. Maybe. But maybe not. Maybe I totally know where I'm going. See? Me lost never. Totally know where I'm going.
No. No.
A whole lot of nopes. And a whole lot of questions. Like, for example, why can't you just do stuff like normal people? Poor Winston. Like, she comes home, just like wrecks everything. She can't even walk normally. Although, honestly, if I could do this, I don't think I would walk either. Maybe it's something like obvious somewhere that I'm missing. 'Cause, you know, it usually is something obvious.
No.
Yeah, she doesn't want to go there. Of course she doesn't want to go there, and I can't go to the room that potentially has the answer that we need. Hmm. Lara, you should just sit like a normal person. Close enough. Close enough. Oops. That was nice. Hmm. I am getting a little sleepy. Mm. Give me a second. Okay. Mhm. Mhm. Oh, well, we did that. Sorry, I'm just like going through the stuff to see. Mhm. Okay. so she does have to go to the thing. Okay, so she has to go to the gym. Okay, okay, okay. Let's attempt that small part. Because she needs a wrench. So it's from here to... Wait, but I need to... Okay. Okay, okay. I think I figured it out. It's kind of a longish, and we have to do everything, but oh well. So first this, then that. So there is a one single thing that we need from here, and oh, alive, yes. Okay. Okay. We managed somehow. Whoa, okay. Hello. I finished the main part. See the problem now, huh? Oh, never mind. Maybe no problem. Okay. I think because there is no water in this pool. But no, we're good. We're good. Oh, we finished the main game. I'm just doing the small. True. I was in the manor till a little bit ago, so. I would never.
I thought I'd lost this.
You couldn't pay me enough to do this, Ariel. Oh, I can wear that. No. No, what? No, I'm saying... I'm trying to, like, fall down safely somehow, somewhere, but I don't know where. Well.
Okay.
This is completely a not buggy game. No, everything... Yeah, everything works as it should. No. She's holding it in her mouth. The tail wag. Things got serious. Why do I need a wrench for it though?
It's rather
It is rather
No.
hot.
hot.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, I know where I need what I need the wrench for. Oh my god. It took so long for my brain to click. That's how yeah, that's how rich and posh people walk. Sorry, rich posh adventurers. Oh, he's not. No, he's kinda an adventurer as well. Yeah. Wait, where did I go here? I didn't. No. I think I scarred Miss for life. Because she came to my stream to help me out with something, and then she was watching me. She was like, "Yeah, I'm going to bed soon. I'm just gonna like stay till you finish this. Like, then you're gonna be here for a while." And she's like, "No, it's fast." Yeah, yeah. We got water.
Finally, I'll be able to take that hot shower.
Okay, you can take that wrench with you, Laura. Oh my god. She does want to take it. She's so chaotic. Okay.
Lovely.
I'm sure Winston is like pulling his hair, because instead of like saying, "Hey, can we like let the water go out?" Sorry, the fire go out. No. She's gonna pour water on the fire, which is gonna like make so much more work for Winston and whoever else. He's the happiest dog. Oh, whoa, we should. I moved my head too fast. Oh god. I moved my head too fast. Everything got weird. I got super dizzy for a second there. Okay, this is not helping. We're just gonna walk like a normal person. Yeah. Oh god.
I do hope Winston will be able to start another fire tonight.
Oh.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that is a fireplace.
Well, isn't where the fire is supposed to be?
Yeah, but she needed an arrow that's behind the fireplace. So instead of like a normal person waiting for the thing to die out, she just poured water on it. Yeah. Because that's just how things work, you know. She smashed the statues. She interfered with work on her new pool house. Yeah, she is. Wait, you didn't know Lara Croft was British?
Well, she goes to other countries to requisition their
Well,
documents, so
yeah,
of course
of course she's
she's British.
British. I don't think so, but there we go. Sure.
What a delightfully gruesome display. Now I'm getting somewhere.
I mean, technically, it was her parents' place. Which, like, it's also interesting. She has her room, but there is no room for her parents. There is her father's study, but yeah, her parents don't have a room in the manor. Hidden room for the grown-ups. Yes, I did. There were some hidden passages. No, I'm pretty sure we found all of them. It was that room, right? Yes. I mean, honestly, there is more than enough room for multiple rooms in this hallways, but no, there is just like one. Unless this is her parents' room.
What a lovely tune.
Okay, so
Oh, okay. Sure. Oh.
log linked with a sound detector from a specific music that can be played when you smash a statue by using another statue.
And it's just a music room.
You could just play a record of that in front.
In the summer, the risk of flooding should not be discounted, as a single rainfall can easily last for days, overflowing the Parai River and threatening Santa Cruz de la Sierra and the Bolivian lowlands to the south.
And
When
like, she
Lord
was
Byron
obviously
gave the
in
Bridge
here
of
because
Sighs
these
its
are
name
her
in the 19th
pictures.
century, he imagined what it must have been like for a prisoner to take one final look at the beauty of Venice before being led to their fate in the prison below.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do you think she invents a new method to enter every time she adds an adventure here?
Maybe it's just Winston. What's?
Those new statues?
Yeah, he's just doing stuff. Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, I think we completed Tomb Raider. I will call it 100%. I know we missed some of the artifacts. And yeah. And I think we put in some good time. Oh god. I'm weird. Wait. I'm moving too much. Sorry. Let me check if we have someone to go say hi to. Mm. Oh, we can go say hi to Diamond. He's playing Minecraft. If I peel a little better, maybe I join him on the server, but probably not. Yeah, go say hi to Diamond. I'll see you guys. Definitely on Thursday, Thursday. Maybe tomorrow, but I will let you know. Anyway, as always, stay excellent. Until next time. Bye.